People often ask me which wildlife or bird feeder camera I recommend. The honest answer is it really depends. I have a background in photography and know that cameras are not always created equal, especially once you put them outside in real weather with real animals. So instead of recommending just one, I wanted to show the actual system I use, how each camera fits into it, and why every one of them is still up. This was the very first bird feeder I ever bought. It's solar powered, weather resistant, and shoots 1080p, which works well for daytime visits. You get a wide view of the feeder, and when birds pause, the detail is solid. It also includes app alerts and bird identification features, which can be fun when you're starting out. Sometimes it'll tell you, though, that there is a car in the woods in your backyard that can't actually be there. Where this camera struggles is low light. Night footage can be hit or miss, especially with fast movement. But this camera did exactly what I needed it to. It taught me what I cared about: image quality, night performance, and real-world behavior. And I still use it because it fills that role well. This next camera is designed specifically for hummingbirds. And in terms of durability, it's been pretty impressive. I use this camera year-round, and it has made it through 2 main winters without any issue. In daylight, the footage is pretty good. You get nice close-up views of hummingbirds feeding, hovering, and returning to the same spots, which is rarely where this camera shines. That said, there are some trade-offs. The ant moat and bee resistance are honestly not great. The bees figure it out, and the hummingbirds often end up fighting them for a sip. Night vision on this camera is also pretty rough. It feels like looking through the bottom of an old Coke bottle. Blurry, distorted, it has rings, so this really isn't a camera that I rely on after dark. Day footage is solid, but it can suffer from lens flare under certain lighting conditions. So this camera earns its place for daytime hummingbird footage and durability, but it definitely has limitations that you should know about. This next camera fills a very specific role in my setup. During the day, this one really shines. The close-up detail on bird visitors is pretty good. Color, texture, and movement all come through pretty clearly. At night, standard night vision is not really all that great, but this camera has an enhanced night mode, and when that's engaged, the footage improves noticeably. With even a small amount of ambient outdoor light, it definitely becomes much more usable. This camera works best when you lean into its strengths: great daylight detail and enhanced night performance when that mode is turned on. This next camera is probably my favorite in terms of pure image quality, but it comes with a very real compromise. Day and night video from this camera is excellent. The footage is clean, detailed, and consistent. It captures things clearly in a way that some of the others just don't. It runs on solar with battery backup, which gives you a lot of flexibility for placement, and that's the thing that I love most, is that you can put this camera anywhere. The only downside is that you have to be really close to it in order to pair. This camera works very differently from the others. It doesn't send alerts. You don't know what you've actually captured until you physically pair with it and review the footage. There's also a constant high-pitched squeal present throughout all of the recordings. It's there the entire time. I'm fairly certain it's also audible to the wildlife, which is something to seriously consider if you're trying to observe natural behavior. So while this camera is a favorite for image quality, it's one I use thoughtfully. It's excellent footage, but not a neutral observer. This last camera is more on the surveillance side. I got it with the intention of wild streaming, but it doesn't actually have that capability because it's solar powered. In the cold weather, it really benefits from being plugged in. The battery drains really quickly otherwise. This camera runs continuously. It captures motion-triggered activity around the clock, and like the others, it also allows for live viewing at any time. One of its biggest strengths is its ability to track movement through a full 360 degrees depending on where you place it. It doesn't just record, it follows activity across the space. The video quality on this camera is fantastic. It's second only to the trail cam in terms of pure image quality, but it makes up for that with coverage and flexibility. The AI detection is still a work in progress. It thinks that turkeys are humans. But overall, this is the most capable camera in the setup. If I had to choose one camera to cover the most ground, this would be it. This setup didn't happen all at once. It grew slowly by paying attention to what actually works outside, in real weather, with real animals. Every camera you saw here is still a part of the system because each one shows me something different. I'm starting to think about what comes next, moving toward wired setups and live wildlife streaming, something quieter and more continuous. If you've built a setup that you trust and love, I would really love to hear about it. Thanks for spending a little time out here with me.